Okay, so a very good afternoon, everybody. And this is the second text that we are dealing here. And the first text was Revolution 2020. Today we are having introduction of the another text coming from contemporary Indian English writing. And it is written by Arundhati Roy. The Ministry of Utmost Happiness, that is the novel. And first, we will ask our student group. Who are they? This group. Yeah, let me see here. You have not mentioned your names. The group. Last slide is okay. Okay, so Trivedi, Anjali, Khushbu, Stuti, Peena, and Bhumika. Yes, these 5 students have prepared an introductory presentation on Arundhati Roy's The Ministry of Utmost Happiness. So let us have the introduction by the student group. So you can come here and you can play the screen and share it also.
प्रेजेंट ऑप्शन क्या है स्लाइड शो एनिमेशन Hello, good afternoon, respected sir and all my classmates. Today's topic is Ministry of Utmost Happiness by Arundhati Roy. Here is the content of table. First, we start with author introduction, key facts, character list, plot summary, themes, book review, important quotes, conclusion, and references. First, we start with the author introduction. The Arundhati Roy, her full name was Susanna Arundhati Roy, born 24th November 1961. Now she was 16. Her occupation was writer, essayist, activist. Nationality Indian. Her period was 1997 to present time. Notable works of The God of Small Things and notable awards of a Man Booker Prize in 1997 and Sydney Peace Prize in 2004. Arundhati Roy was born in Shillong, Meghalaya in India. When she was 2, her parents divorced and she returned to Kerala with her mother and brother. When she was 5, her mother started a school. She studied at Corpus Christi, Kottayam, followed by the Lawrence School, Lauderdale in Nilgiris, Tamil Nadu. She then studied at the architecture at the School of Planning and Architecture in Delhi. She marries with the Geralda Cunha, and after that they divorced in 1982. Her first novel, The God of Small Things, won the Man Booker Prize or Fiction in 1997 and became best-selling book. She is also a political activist involved in human rights and environmental causes. Now we see the key facts of the Ministry of Utmost Happiness novel. The full title of the novel is The Ministry of Utmost Happiness, written in 2002 in Minnesota, published in 2009. Literary period was a contemporary and postmodern. Genre of the novel was a post.
Look at screen also, so you realize that what you need to check.
Yes.
That is what I was telling you. You can read the forms.
Genre of the novel was a post-colonial literature, magical realism, political literature, and realism. The novel setting in India. The climax of the novel: the Tilo moves into the Jannat house funeral services to raise a baby with Anjum. The antagonist of the novel: the Indian government. The point of view: first person and third person narrative. Here the characters of the novel, the Anjum and Tilotma was the main character of the novel. First we start with the Anjum. He is a protagonist of the novel. Anjum is a fairly hijra whose independence leads her to build a life for herself completely on the margins of society. Born intersex and generated a boy by her mother. In childhood, Anjum is known as Aftab. As a child, Aftab loves to sing, but stops when other children begins to tease him for having a feminine and sounding voice. One day, home from school after his sex change operation, Aftab sees a hijra and is entranced by her that he follows her to where she lives, which is the Khwabga. Aftab begins to frequent the Khwabga, where he is finally feels he has found a home. At 15, he leaves his parents' house to move to the Khwabga for good, where he eventually transforms into Anjum. At first, Anjum thinks the Khwabga is a sort of a paradise. It's the first place where she is able to express her female gender in the way she is always wanted to. But when she is caught in a fundamentalist message of a Muslim pilgrims while on a pilgrimage, return to the Khwabga, a changed woman determined to raise her informally adopt daughter Zainab as a boy to protect her. When other objects, Anjum leaves the Khwabga for good, leaving behind even the 5 years old Zainab, who has become the person Anjum loves most in the world. From the Khwabga, Anjum goes straight to graveyard behind the government hospital, where she tries to recover from her trauma. Eventually, though, Anjum manages to build home the whole graveyard physically and the metaphorically. She construct a house around the graves of her ancestor and invites the many of Delhi marginalized and the forgotten to keep her company. Among her most important companions are the Saddam Hussein, who helps her to get started as a funeral services provider, and the Imam Zainuddin, a blind old man who visit her to the graveyard. Since the very first day she arrives, Anjum is able to build a strong community around her new business, which she names Jannat Guest House and the funeral services. Here, the Anjum character connect with the chapter 2 gods. Now I started to Tilotma characters. Tilotma, a mysterious dark skin and the South Indian woman who seemingly has no past, no caste, and no family. Tilo is a highly independent and the secretive character. As a young woman, she is an architecture student of the perform in a play with the Biplav, Naga, and Musa. And all three young men become enamored over her. She only has eyes for Musha through, and is an on and off lover of his until the day he dies. It is a very while she is visiting Musha in Kashmir. One day that Tilo is taken into the custody by the Indian army and is nearly tortured. However, while in custody, she remembers that the Biplav is now a successful bureaucrat and sends a message to him via the soldiers. He sends Naga to go and take her away from the prison. And after this, she marries Naga not because she loves him, but because she needs cover now that. governor that she is involved with the Musha, who is short after a member of the Kashmiri resistance. Once her marriage with Naga and Stilo moves into the apartment that Biplav owns and informally adopts a baby. She finds the abundant and the Jantar Mantar protest. She names the baby Miss Zebin II. After Miss Zebin, the Musa's daughter, who died in Mascaran in Kashmir with Miss Zebin II, Tilo goes to Jannat guest house and funeral services to seek refuge, where she become a teacher at an informal school. Here, the Tilo's character connect with the chapter 8 quotes. Now the Mulkat Ali Zainab, Saddam Hussein, Dr. Azad Bharatiya, S. Tilot, Nagraj, Hariharan, Biplav Das Gupta, the Musa Yeshwi, Begum Arifa Yeshwi, the Major Amrik Si, and the Comrade Revedi are the minor character of the novel. Now I request to Khushbu for further presentation.
And further presentation, I would like to call Anjali Trivedi.
Here is some of important quotes about novel. These quotes from chapter 2 related the character of Anju and Jahanra. The Sherman's insubordinate spirits, intense, palpable, and truer than any accumulations of historical facts could be, appear to those who showed his blessing. It celebrated the value of spiritually over scrament simplicity over the oblusions and the stubborn aesthetics love, even when faced with the prospect of the annihilations. The second quote from chapter 2, the speaker of the quotes is Nemo and to Nemo to tell Anju. But for us, the price raise and school admissions and beating husbands and the cheating wives are all inside us. The riots inside us. The war is inside us. Indo-Pak is inside us. It will never settle down. It can't. These quotes from chapter 4 related to character of Dr. Azad Bharatiya. But even if I was president of America, that world class Brahmin, still I would be here on a hunger strike for the poor. I don't want to dollars. Capitalism is like poisoned honey. People swarm to it likes bees. I don't go it. This quote from chapter 7 related to Bipla Das Gupta. The city is still stunned by the simultaneously explosion that tore through a bus stop, a cafe, and the basement parking lot of a small shopping plaza 2 days ago, leaving 5 dead, and many more slavery injured. It will take our television news and the anchors a little longer than the ordinary folks to recover from the shock. As for myself, blasts evoke a range of emotions in me, but sadly, shock is no longer one of them. Here is this quotes from chapter 8 to Tilo. I would like to write one of those sophisticated story in which even though nothing much happened, there is a lots of write about that can't be done in Kashmir. It not sophisticated. It was happen here. There's too much blood for good literature. These quotes related to Tilo's character. Here is a quote from chapter 9 related to Tilo. She described how when her brother's body was found in a field and brought home, his fist clenched in a mortis were full of earth, and yellow mustard flower grew from between his fingers. And the last one quote from chapter 12, the related character, the Tilo to say Musa, how to tell a settled story by slowly becoming everybody. No, by slowly becoming everything. And here is a conclusion of a novel. At the end, we can sum up with the novel. The Minister of Utmost Happiness is a heartbreaking tale of love, friendship, and family, as it is an eyes opener to the distress political situation in India, corruption, the prevailing caste and the religious prejudice, and the terrorism, and the never-ending fight for azadi in Kashmir. This is a must read for every single Indian out there, as many a youth are either blinded by the senseless political parties that they support, of basking in the safety of their metropolitan environment. And here is references. And thank you for our presentation.
Okay, anybody can explain title in the group? How the title, meaning of title?